Hey guys, TrepChains here on the PTR for Diablo 3 patch 2.6.9, checking out the corpse explosion Necromancer. Probably a waste of Land of the Dead there, but that's okay. Running a Legacy of Dreams version of this at the moment. Five there. No. Still doesn't want to go down, does he? How about those 8 corpses? Do they help? No. I need to pull him along. This way, mate. Come see some friends. There we go. Wow, finally got the right curse on him. Oh no, now I'm getting meteors with nothing to kill. This is really bad trash. So, what I'm attempting to do here is move around, preferably find some elites, but I'm struggling with that. Curse some enemies, that's going to help me survive. Use my golem to get some initial corpses rather than just waiting for Land of the Dead all the time. I do have a Land of the Dead right now, but I'd prefer to wait until I actually see an elite to use it. Here's one now. So, take some initial corpses with my golem, and then I'll use a land. Back this yellow if I can. I'm picking up some Maccabeus stacks there, so they will help with killing the yellow too. There we go. Just got out the explosions. Power pylon here. That would be great if I had more stuff to kill with a power pylon. That is not where I wanted those corpses. Go ahead and quick look in case there's the end. Doesn't look like it. One yellow near the power. This is better than yellows. Oh, I've got the lightning here as well, which is not going to be very handy, really. Okay. Got power, but there was nothing else to kill with it. Seconds of power. Let's see if I can just load these few bits of trash. There's my elite. Here it is. Too bad my Templar pulled over that way instead of over here. The trash is required. Got 5 Maccabeus stacks left. Oh, and then go into a land. Moving on me. Take him out. If I manage to keep the Maccabeus stacks, I can take down an elite pretty well, but it's always too tempting to just use them up. Okay. I can sit here trying to save her. Oh, I've got another lightning. When my land is pretty much ready. A little bit just okay, my land's ready. And now I use that. This will go really easy. So I've got the Maccabeus stacks plus Land of the Dead. How easy that died. Try and save the next ones until the next elite. Back of the stacks have this land of the dead icon there. I think that's going to be a dead end. Okay. Like, I really want to kill trash like that. It'd be worthwhile, but I want to save my Mac of the stacks for land of the dead. I can't really. Elites possible? No. Struggling. Thing. Maybe one just the other side here. We'll just use a few of these stacks to kill some of this trash. Still got a bunch at the start of the Land of the Dead then. 18. I'm gonna have a... Ah, here we go. Found an elite. I get this elite and the rest of the trash with my land. I do only have the 18 Macula stacks here at the start. That's okay. By the end, I'll get another 50. The difference with Macula stacks is huge. Run out of the corpses. Come this way, please, bat. Bat friend. More things here for you. Come back. I've got 18 left. Oh, that's the end of the map. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. On. Oh. There we go. Firewall might have helped. Need to keep my 36 back for stacks now. Okay, got a yellow here. Bit worried about that arcane. Okay, can't fly to the dead now. Well, it's a bit dangerous. Grab my macro stacks here again now. Uh-oh. Kill my corpses. You would come over this way, mate. That would be great. Thanking you. Rest on him here. There we go. Got 14 stacks left though. Shield. Well, I guess that's hand. Yellow here. The 14 stacks. Ideal, but okay, we're gonna be trying to kill this yellow. Oh, he's shielded. What we've got. Not quite gonna make it. Okay. Come on, mate. You gotta come one direction. I'm not. No, wrong direction. Wrong direction. Back this way. Better off the way you were first. Bad about the shielding. I only need to kill this one yellow and it'll be boss basically. Oh god, there's another yellow. I don't need that. I need this one. No trash to come to him. Right. Oh, he shielded. Of course he did. I'm gonna just use the land. It will help me get my Macabeth stacks here for the boss. Oops. Yeah, I'm gonna get the Macabeth stacks now. That's cool. Choker. So yeah, this is... Oh, Choker's probably gonna die without Macabeth stacks because I got Meteors. That. Meteor's rocking it. Gotta be careful. I'm poison and I'm thinking there's more Meteors. Okay. I'm gonna wait for the land anyway. I'm not sure if these corpses I have here are enough. Might kill some of them. Since he's trying to move. Oh, careful the poison trap. Oh, he's in them. Too tempting. Okay, land. See how we go now. There we go. Okay, so that is the Corpse Explosion Necromancer on the PTR for Diablo 3. I'm going to level a couple gems here. My gems are really low, by the way. I ran that with my Legacy of Dreams at 89. My Bane of the Chapter at level 100 and my Stricken, I was using Stricken, at rank 25. So low legendary gems. My gear is pretty reasonable, but I'm at 1,000 and something Paragon. Let's check that in a sec. 1,081 Paragon, and I don't have any augments or anything, and so that was a greater of 108 clear. It is a Legacy of Dreams build. So I'm running non-ancient helm here. Intelligence, Vitality, Critical Hit, Chance, Lyrics Crown for the cooldown. Extra cooldown from the cooldown gem in my helm. Rathus Volition, this is not required. This is completely not required. It's just some shoulders I have on. Ideally, you'd probably want Cauldrons of the Skeleton King from the bounties. Anyways, what I have on here is Intelligence, Resist All, Armor, and Corpse Explosion damage. What I would want on, well, either whatever shoulders I have or my Cauldrons of the Skeleton King is probably Intelligence, Vitality, cooldown, and Corpse Explosion damage. My gloves here, these are one of my better pieces. So Grasps of Essence, these are a big update for this build in patch 2.6.9. So these have Intelligence, Critical Hit damage, Critical Hit chance, and cooldown on them. Importantly, the orange stat there, when an exploded corpse damages at least one enemy, your Corpse Explosion deals 200% increased damage for 6 seconds, stacking up to 5 times. So that's a massive damage boost there. Aquila's Cuirass, so this is for survivability. This has pretty good stats there, Intelligence, Vitality, and Corpse Explosion damage. So I'm running Dainty's Binding for curses. So Intelligence, Vitality, percent life, and armor, that's pretty good stats. And the orange stat there at 49% maxed out at 50. So you gain an additional up to 50% damage reduction when there is an enemy afflicted by any of your curses. So when I'm standing there cursing with Grim Scythe, I'm getting that damage reduction, which is nice. Soulskin Breaches. This is really handy for the version of the build I'm running here with the Golem. So the stats on this are Intelligence, Vitality, Resist All, and a couple of sockets. Probably armor there would be better than Resist All, but that's okay. So the cooldown on your command Golem is reduced by up to 25 seconds. Mine is 24 seconds. And you take 30% less damage while your Golem is active. So that's really handy for making sure I can get my Golem friend up very quickly. Ice Climbers to gain immunity to freeze and immobilize effects. This is useful for, you know, not being stopped. You don't really have a skill on here which reduces that like you do on some other characters, so that's handy. Stats on there I have is Intelligence, Vitality, Resist All, and Armor. The reduced damage from cold is an auto roll, so that's, you know, relatively good stats, I think. Okay. Running Crown's Bluff Bracers, again non-ancient, just because it's what I've grabbed on the PTR. Wanting this for that immunity to knockback and stun. So you've got a couple of immunity items there to stop you being CC'd. This has poison, skill damage, intelligence, vitality, and critical hit chance, because my main damage on this build is poison. Hey, jewelry. I'm personally running Wisdom of Kalan, and some other people might not be running this, and I'm running this for those extra stacks of bone armor because I found I was too squishy still. I am a pretty new Necromancer. I don't really play this a lot, so I prefer to have those extra stacks of bone armor. So on that, I've got attack speed, critical hit chance, critical hit damage. Obviously, I'd be better off with a crit poison damage, which is my elemental, but this is what I have here on the PTR. My Unity, however, is awesome. So that's great. So I've also got a Unity on my follower to give me that damage reduction here for solo. But critical hit damage, critical hit chance, and increased damage against elite. So that all damage taken is split between wearers of this item. My Templar there is taking some of my damage and also has a does not die on him. And Crispin Sentence. This is a really badly rolled Crispin Sentence. But that's okay. Just having fun here. Ideally on this, I'd want some critical hit damage, critical hit chance. Noting that I would have to roll perfect for that because these always roll with attack speed. So I'd take crit attack speed. And a nice high orange stat. Mine there is quite low. It goes from 75 to 100% would be best. So you deal up to 100% increased damage against slowed enemies or triple this bonus against enemies afflicted by any other type of control impairing effect. So a damage boost against some enemies there. Weapon. This is nicely rolled. Trigger's Corroded Fang. So I'm running this right now with the damage, intelligence, and area damage. I haven't rolled it. You do not need maximum essence on this build, so that's kind of important to note. So if I wanted to roll this really nicely, I could swap that intelligence out for either some attack speed or some cooldown or increased damage against elites. Any of that would be fine, but I haven't rolled it just because. And the orange stat here goes up to 200% for 200%. Damage increased against cursed enemies. Okay, offhand here, doesn't really matter what offhand you use on this build. None of them really have a significant benefit. So just looking for stats there. So damage there is good, intelligence is good, life, I guess why not. Critical hit chance and cooldown are good. Instead of that life, you could have something like a corpse explosion damage or something if you like, if you had a really GG one. Okay, taking a look at my cube. My cube, I'm running Near's Black Death. So each different poison skill you use increases the damage of your poison skills by 100% for 15 seconds. So my main damage is Corpse Explosion, which is poison, and overall I've got 4 poison skills on my bar. So the first is Land of the Dead. So obviously that's not up all the time, but if I do wait to go until it is up, I do get that as well. My Grim Scythe Curse Scythe is a poison skill, and my Bone Armor is a poison skill. So that makes up the 4. My Blood Rush and my Command Golem are physical, not poison, and I picked those runes just because I like extra corpses. Stone Gauntlets. So getting hit increases your armor by 50% but reduces your movement speed by 15% and attack speed by 20%. It stacks technically if it goes off you freeze, but you're wearing Ice Climbers so you're immune to immobilize effects. So Stone Gauntlets are never actually going to stop you, basically. So great survivability, but you need to wear your Ice Climbers there so that the Stone Gauntlets don't stop you. Obviously, you could wear the Stone Gauntlets if you like and put the Grasp of Essence in your cube, depending on what you've got better. And finally, I'm running the Johnstone. So that's the Macabre stacks, which you see here. So when Land of the Dead expires, you're granted these 50 Macabre stacks, and they increase the damage of Corpse Lance, which you don't care about, but Corpse Explosion by 200%. You get a bunch more damage when you actually have those stacks, which is why probably I don't do it as much as I should. But if you actually only do your Corpse Explosion cycle with the Land of the Dead, you get the most damage out of it. Okay, normal gems. I'm running cooldown in my helm. I'm running intelligence in my armor pieces. Gives me extra damage. If you were struggling to survive, you could put some armor in there. And I'm running critical hit damage in my weapon. Legendary gems, I'm running Bane of the Trapped for increased damage against enemies under control impairing effects. Legacy of Dreams, or the build wouldn't work, it would fall apart. You really need that extra damage dealt and damage reduction from your no set bonuses. And Bane of the Stricken, so this is just to help me kill the boss. You can see there, if you get a season bonus to help you out, it's not too bad, but when there isn't such a good season bonus, it can be handy. But you know, there's other options there if you want, like you could pick up a Gogok or a Bane of the Powerful or something if you would prefer. Okay, taking a look at my Paragon, I'm at 1081 Paragon. I have all points in utility, all points in defense, all points in offense. Over in core, I have no points in maximum essence because I don't really need it on this build that I'm on right now. I have all points into movement speed. I've got 100 points into vitality, running around at 740-ish thousand health, and the rest of my points into intelligence. Taking a look at the skill screen now. I'm running Grim Scythe, Curse Scythe, as I mentioned, poison. Corpse Explosion, close quarters, poison again. Bone Armor, dislocation, poison again. Command Golem, Flesh Golem. I personally like this because I can get 8 corpses out of it if I want them or need them. So I find extra corpses nice. And Blood Rush Molting, I again personally like it for the extra corpse that I can get. But there are other options for these. For example, in Command Golem, you could run Bone Golem, which can be really handy for pulling enemies. So Bone Golem could be a pull skill if you like it. Or you could run a Poison Golem if you like, for the extra poison damage. And Blood Rush Molting, you've got other things there like Potency for extra armor, for example, if you want it. And finally, I'm running Land of the Dead Plaguelands, and again, I'm running this because it's a poison rune. Passive skills, I'm running Blood is Power for extra cooldown, Final Service for a cheat death because no one likes dying. Standalone, I've just got the 1 minion there with Golem, so that's not too bad. And Spreading Malediction for the extra damage for things that are cursed. Hey, I think that covers it. Show you the clothes. Redrift 108 down on the Corpse Explosion Necromancer for patch 2.6.9. Thank you very much for watching, and GG!